Almost a decade after the 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster,
there we go.
Hundreds of scientists are assessing the impact of the largest offshore oil spill in U.S. history. What follows are some of their stories, intimate portraits of research, innovation, and discovery. Since 2010, the Gulf of Mexico Research Initiative has funded one of the largest international research collaborations in marine science. And it's a truly amazing story.
The collaboration between scientists around the world to look at this Deepwater Horizon spill is just unprecedented. It's never happened in the Gulf before. I don't know if it's happened anyplace else, but it has brought in worldwide expertise to the Gulf.
Scientists can answer a lot of questions, but we can't do that by ourselves. We have to do that with the help from each other. We don't always have those resources at our own universities. So this great big collaborative community that we are part of allows us to answer questions that we couldn't possibly answer if we were working on our own.
We need expertise in diverse areas, from marine biology to chemistry to genetics to environmental sciences to aerosol sciences to human health.
It certainly includes an awful lot of scientists from people that are understanding the deepwater environments, the benthic communities on the deepwater environments, what happens as oil flows through the water column, what happens to the oil on the surface, what happens when it comes ashore on sandy beaches, and what happens when it comes ashore on salt marshes in Louisiana.
You know, when I started doing science 24 years ago or so, you had individual investigator projects. That was the norm. The Deepwater Horizon was certainly one of the best examples of collaborative science, and I think that what it sort of illustrates to the world and to the general public is that the sum is greater than the one.
When I think about my involvement with the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, I think the one thing that probably could be identified as a silver lining, at least for me personally, was the collaboration. The people that this disaster brought together to try to really understand the impact that the spill had on animals, and in my case, on marine mammals.
I'm a biological oceanographer by training. Oceanography in generally is very interdisciplinary and collaborative because in the ocean you can't understand any one thing. If you want to understand a biological process, you need a physicist to explain to you how the thing moves while you're trying to study it, and you need a chemist trying to show you the interaction.
And so it's an opportunity to learn about a lot of different fields from experts on different topics, and really be able to think comprehensively about how we handle large problems.
The collaborative nature of the GoMarai program is truly what makes it special. To be able to come to conferences once a year and be surrounded by people who are addressing exactly the same topic as you, who are as passionate as you about the same issues, is very, very important.
It's a bit like a family meeting, especially coming to the yearly conferences. So it's not only about work, but it's about building friendships across nations, across cultures.
This collaboration will stay in the future. We made really good friends and really great colleagues to work with. So, I mean, this is been really extraordinary.
You challenge each other, you force each other to think outside of your little box that you're used to being in and where your comfort zone is. And I find that incredibly stimulating because you're exposed to new ideas, you're exposed to new technologies, it broadens your thinking, it broadens your perspective, and it allows you to bring in tools and apply tools that you might not necessarily have thought to apply to the problem. It's the wave of the future.
Today, the scientific community is working together to push the boundaries of what they've learned about oil spills and what still needs to be discovered.